Have you ever seen someone finding a long lost treasure in some movie, and after watching it, you suddenly have the urge to go find some treasure yourself? Well, you might be in luck. Back in 2000, Dave Ulmer hit the world's first geocache, and now there are caches all over the world. I actually happen to be treasure hunting, or geocaching, right now. Just to give you a little more insight on what a geocache is, it's basically a treasure that you can navigate to using coordinates, usually on the Geocache app. There are also many other geocache features, or geocache-related features that I'll talk about later. Here I'm actually going to show you how someone would post a standard cache. The cache that I'm looking for actually happens to be a cache that me and my dad hit a couple years ago. Here you can see a demo of what it's like to find a cache. First, you would need to find the cache, which usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. It can also range up to maybe even years, depending on the difficulty of the cache. Here you can see me grabbing it. After finding it, you would probably sit down somewhere and open it and either log it, look through the trinkets in it, and basically the system that works there is you can take a trinket, but you have to put one back, so the cache always has stuff in it that you can take. Anyways, you can see me opening it. You might be really excited when you're opening a cache, which you can be, but a lot of time there's like lame stuff like a bookmark, just not very cool, and you end up being disappointed. But that's not really the point of caching. It's more about feeling accomplished and doing something productive rather than being on a screen all day. Or being a couch potato like this guy. Anyways, geocaching is also about enjoying nature. In Washington, we have some of the most beautiful places in the entire U.S. Like, our forests are covered in green trees, the mountains are amazing, and of course the bodies of water are too. But unsurprisingly, the rate of going outside is decreasing. But fun activities like geocaching can stop that, and even reverse the effect for so many people. Anyhow, now I'm going to talk about the features of geocaching I mentioned earlier. Number 1, logging. Logging is basically leaving your mark on the cache, like how a dog would mark its territory by peeing on something. More specifically, there's usually a paper inside a geocache where you can use a pen or a pencil to write the date that you found the cache and your username on it. A lot of caches are so small that they can only fit the log in it. You can also log a cache on the app and write a little message to the owner and other cachers if you found it or you didn't find it or just something else about the cache. Also, make sure you don't give any hints in the messages, as that can ruin the fun of the cache. One more thing about the messages. There's little abbreviations you can use to write certain things, such as TFTC, which means thanks for the cache. A couple more are BYOB, which means bring your own pen, or FTF, which means first to find. The second feature about caching I'm going to talk about is ratings. For each cache you find or each cache you see, there's a difficulty rating and a terrain rating. The difficulty rating is how hard it is to find, while the terrain rating is how hard it is to reach and how hard it is to get to. As you can see in the picture, it'll also tell you what size the cache is. The sizes can go from micro all the way to mystery, which can be really big. The third and final feature I'm going to talk about is hints. As of 2022, approximately 60% of geocaches have hints. As you can see in the picture, the hints are easily accessible. You just click on it and it'll give you a short little hint that'll help you. That's the last I'm going to talk about geocaches, but you can go research it on your own. There's so many other features about geocaches, such as trackables and waypoints. There's so much to learn. And some people have it as their life's purpose sometimes. There's people with tens of thousands of geocaches, which is insane. I think maybe even hundreds of thousands. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video and at least learned a little bit about geocaching.